Alright, so now I'm in Hangzhou. Hangzhou is on the east side, and yeah, it's pretty close to Shanghai and Nanjing, I would say. Not too far from them. So yeah, on the east coast of China. Yeah, I'm doing the whole tour around all the different Chinese locations, and weather here is a bit more milder because it's right near the coast. It's not quite as cold. Say it's probably around 10-ish degrees right now, so fairly similar to Chengdu, I would say, but definitely warmer than Xi'an. And yeah, overall this is a nice city. I came here mostly to kind of relax and enjoy the nature. This Hangzhou is known for beautiful scenery. It does have history as well, because it used to be one of the capitals of China as well during the Southern Song Dynasty. So it does have a little bit of history, not as much as Xi'an, but it does have a bit of history as well. But mostly for the West Lake is the most famous attraction in Hangzhou. It's this beautiful lake, and you can take a boat on it and stuff. And I haven't been to Hangzhou in like 15 years, I think, almost 15 years. So I've been to Hangzhou before. It's the only one of the cities on my trip this time that I've been to, but it was a long time ago. So that's why I decided to come back here again. So yeah, I haven't been to Hangzhou in a really long time. 2011 was the last time I was here. And yeah, if you go in the summer, it gets really, really humid. So it's actually good to come to Hangzhou in the winter, because yeah, in the summer it'd be like unbearably hot and humid. So it's a good location actually to come in the winter because the weather's not that bad. It's fairly mild and it's not humid at all. So anyways, it's been a long time since I've been back here, and yeah, just I check some things out. Turn it around, you guys can see Hangzhou. Yeah, I would say definitely looks more modern than Xi'an is compared to Xi'an. Like Xi'an has all these like temples and older buildings. Doesn't look quite as developed, but Hangzhou is a more developed city. Like I said, the east coast of China, especially like around Shanghai area, is all fairly developed. But especially Hangzhou, Shanghai, of course, Nanjing, and Suzhou as well. These are all very developed cities. They're fairly rich. Like usually the cities around China's coastal areas are fairly rich. So yeah, it's a fairly modern looking city. As you guys can see, it's actually, yeah, like out of the cities I've been to so far, like Chengdu and Xi'an, Hangzhou is probably more developed than both, to be honest. Because Chengdu is like, it's a little bit developed for sure. I mean, it is developed, but not as much as like Shanghai and other areas like Shenzhen, of course, or Guangzhou, but it's fairly developed. And then Xi'an is like not quite as developed as Chengdu is, but Hangzhou is probably a bit more developed than both. This being kind of a richer city right near the coast, milder weather and everything. Yeah, it's pretty close to Shanghai. You know, if you're close to Shanghai, then you get benefits of Shanghai's economic success. So yeah, like Shanghai obviously is massively developed and probably the most developed city in China, right? If you're thinking about which city in China is the most developed, Shanghai is probably. So Hangzhou is like right beside it. It's a fairly big city of like over 10 million people, but it's right beside Shanghai. It's the capital of a Chinese province called Zhejiang. Zhejiang is like right beside, it's so you have Shanghai, you have two other provinces beside it. Shanghai is not even part of a province, it's kind of its own special city. But then you have two Chinese provinces really kind of bordering it, which is Jiangsu and Zhejiang. Capital Jiangsu is Nanjing, and capital Zhejiang is Hangzhou. So both of these cities are fairly developed. They're owing to their proximity to the coast, and owing to their proximity to Shanghai as well. And Shanghai is actually kind of a more modern city because it's a fairly like young city in Chinese terms. I think Shanghai was only founded in like the 1800s, which is fairly young in China's history, whereas Hangzhou and Nanjing have a much longer history. So anyways, I was thinking I had to choose one between Nanjing and Hangzhou, and I decided to go with Hangzhou this time because it is the slightly more popular city, I would say. Like Nanjing's pretty populous as well. Hangzhou's like got a few more million people than Nanjing does. And out of the two, I would say Nanjing is more for historical stuff because it used to be the capital. It's one of the four great capitals of China, right? So Nanjing has more historical stuff, which I already kind of got on my trip from Xi'an. So I kind of want to add the nature aspect of my trip in. So I added Hangzhou because Hangzhou is probably more well known for nature. Of course, it does have some historical stuff as well, but not as much as Nanjing. Nanjing doesn't seem to have as much. I mean, it has nature and everything as well, but not as much as Hangzhou. So basically, I was choosing like, should I go with Nanjing for the history or Hangzhou for the nature? And both of these cities are fairly close to each other anyways, but I had to pick just one for my trip because of time. So anyways, I chose Hangzhou. Just wanted to add a bit more nature to my trip. And I already had the history aspect of my trip with Xi'an already, so it makes sense. I'll go to Nanjing next time maybe. I'm thinking about going Guangzhou and Nanjing next time. And Suzhou as well, because these are all nice mix of cities, I think, for history and yeah, it's just I haven't been to Guangzhou before actually. I'm going to Shenzhen next actually. I had to choose between Shenzhen and Guangzhou, so I chose Shenzhen, but I actually haven't been to Guangzhou either. That's also a very historical city and one of the biggest cities in China, and I've never been there, so I'll probably go to Guangzhou next time. And Nanjing and Suzhou, I've been there before, but a long time ago, same time as Hangzhou. I went there on a travel tour group, so we all went around the same area. I went to Beijing, I went to Nanjing, I went to Suzhou, Wuxi, and Hangzhou and Shanghai. So I went to all those places back in 2011 when I was just 23 years old. So it was a long time ago. So yeah, wanted to visit Hangzhou again now. All right, let's take a look. Again, this is a fairly modern Chinese city. It's probably one of the most developed Chinese cities, and I would say a good deal more developed than Xi'an, and a little bit more developed than Chengdu as well. Yeah. Okay, eating skewers right now in Hangzhou. That's pretty good. So these skewers are ones that you actually pick from the front, and they'll cook it for you right on the spot. So pretty good. I mean, the pork belly one. It's very fresh. If you choose the skewers that they cook for you, it's pretty interesting. Mushrooms. This one is beef. This one's beef and pineapple. Pork belly's my favorite. Always has been. guys can see how many tall buildings now you see now. Something that I did not see too much of when I was in Xi'an are these really modern, tall-looking buildings you now see in Hangzhou. It shows you like how much more developed Hangzhou is actually. Alright. Also more expensive here as well. I just had a meal. That skewer meal cost me like $17 US, which is quite a bit for China. Yeah. Oh. Your time to That's a famous song. Alright, so we got some shopping centers here. Right. God. Always gotta watch out for the scooters. China is like, you know, scooters in every single city. That's a constant. Yeah, you will find in every Chinese city is a bunch of scooters and bicycles. It's so common. I think this is the shopping center. I'll skip that for now. Maybe later. Not really here for shopping. But yeah, the dinner I had was pretty expensive. Like $17 US is how much it cost for that skewer meal, that's like really expensive for China. I would say the only other meal I had that was as expensive was the hot pot in Chengdu, which also cost around 17. So yeah, so far those are the two most expensive meals I had in China. It's like $17 US for the hot pot and then for the skewers. Alright, let's take a look. Got some got a tower there. I think it's some business tower or something, I'm not sure. Hangzhou Tower maybe? Is that what it's called, Hangzhou Tower? And yeah, I think kind of lighting up at night here. Should be some good, decent nightlife here in the city. Okay, I think if we keep going over here, it's Wudin Square. Okay. So let's just check it over there. God. A lot of these crossings that have no traffic lights, you just gotta go like whenever and hope that you don't get killed. That's the thing about China. It's not like people obey the rules here when driving anyways. Right, so I guess that's Hangzhou Tower there. It's like a big tower that's like just clearly eclipsing everything else. And then there's like really tall buildings here too. Yeah. Bunch of red lights. Hangzhou Tower behind me right there. I'm on my way to Wudin Square. Yeah. Basically, like the major thing I want to see in Hangzhou is probably just the Shihu, which is West Lake. And that's probably really it. I mean, that's the most famous thing about Hangzhou is the West Lake, right? So it's less so about everything else. Everything else is just standard high-tech China hub, I guess. Look around, yeah. Otherwise, it's high-tech China hub, which is fairly similar to what you'll find in like Shanghai, I guess. these people here. Oh, these are military officers from the war or something? But yeah, Hangzhou is basically like a more nature version of Shanghai, essentially. Alright. Oh man. Yeah, there's a square. You can see a lot of tall buildings now. The whole east coast of China, especially around this area, Jiangsu and Zhejiang and Shanghai area, all very high tech. And of course, Guangzhou and Shenzhen as well. When I go there, it's going to be very high tech as well. All right. There we go. Let's go Wudin Square. It is. So you got, I'm not sure what this building is, a museum or something. And then, a tall building there. I love Hangzhou. I love Hangzhou. Yeah, you can see how high-tech Hangzhou is. So it's pretty much just as high-tech as Shanghai, essentially. Not that different. Like, yes, Shanghai is richer and bigger, but and more famous, but Hangzhou is really not far behind. So, yeah. So all being around China's rich east coast. This is 大道自行. Oh, okay. 八八站路. What's this? 释放20周年大 something. Okay. You can't read all of it, but it says 大道自行. 我支行, 大道支行. Yeah. Okay. Nice. Yeah, you see just how much tech is here. How many tall tech buildings are here, and wow. I'm sure I'll see more of this when I go to Shenzhen, but yeah, this is a little bit of a sneak peek of a rich Chinese city, really. What it's like. And Guangzhou and Shenzhen would be like this as well. Shanghai obviously would be like this, and Beijing would be like this, but yeah. Alright, Wudin Square. Do it, 360. Here. Not too many people here, actually, but that's fine. You know, less noise for me. But yeah, you guys can see just in the center of how developed Hangzhou is. Pretty developed city. Okay. Let's check out this a bit. The thing is, with any Chinese city, it's like I only have 2 days, 3 days at most. I'm only seeing like tip of the iceberg, basically. I just have to budget my time accordingly and try to get as much in as I can, but yeah, basically I won't be seeing too much. What's this? It's a nice little statue there. Very nice. Yeah, looks good. Oh yeah, and then you see Hangzhou town in the background. It's cool. Very cool. And then you have I guess a major street here as well. Nice. Alright. I'm going to the other side because I'm checking out the tower. Let's go. Check out the tower. Dun, dun, dun. Wow. This is the central tower in Hangzhou. And gotta have a KFC. Everywhere in China's gotta have KFC. That's like the most common fast food place in China. Let's take a look. Wow. Even that bridge lighting up, that's really beautiful. Yeah, it is the tower. Wow. See the tower and the bridge in the background. Looks really beautiful. So the night view is really nice in Hangzhou here. Alright, here in Hangzhou, the Hangzhou Tower there. Nice night view, very peaceful and calm actually. Not too many people here, you know. It's very peaceful, quiet, calm, and yeah, serene, I would say, relaxing, which is what I wanted out of Hangzhou. You know, nice, peaceful, relaxing place. Lots of beautiful lakes here. Of course, the most famous one being West Lake Shibu, right? But yeah. You have a nice mix of, I would say, nature and high-tech stuff here. So it's a good little mix of both in Hangzhou. I think that's pretty nice. Yeah. Nice night view here. Alright. And tomorrow I'm going to go to West Lake because I have more time tomorrow. It takes like a whole day to explore that, but yeah. Tonight I'm just gonna take a look at this night view. It's still pretty nice. So yeah, it's Hangzhou. Pretty impressed. It's a nice mix of technology and nature here. Okay, we'll do one last sweep here. Yeah, let's take a look at that. Nice. Something I always find pretty funny is Chinese old women. They are still exercising a lot. So they do like Tai Chi and they do like other like movements, I guess. And like this group here is like exercising right outside of KFC. It's pretty funny. And then we got another group here outside this one. It's pretty funny. It's actually pretty funny. Let's see these. Wow. They're pretty good. It's pretty funny. Who knew like a group of old guys and girls can dance like K-pop or something? Like, well, it's not K-pop, but it's like that's pretty funny. They actually do some hip hop type of dance. It's pretty funny. All right, let's go. All right. Well, another group of dancing old people. There's not that many people, but it's the main road towards the tower. Yeah. It's just pretty funny to see people like they like doing hip hop dancing or something, but they're actually pretty good. They're dancing. You just don't really see that in Japan or Korea. That's the thing. It's only China. Yeah, it's only China that's like this. I don't see this in Korea or Japan. It's like, but yeah, the Chinese people seem to like doing dancing for health and exercise, I guess. But it's they do it into their old age too. Yep. can go into a wow. So according to my map, this is this would be what river is this? Jinghang Yunhe. Jinghang Yunhe is the name of this river here. And this bridge is totally a pedestrian bridge. There's no cars for this bridge. It's a pedestrian bridge, which is good because we can walk along it pretty easily. But yeah, this is one side. And then I can go to the other side here. Oh, it's pretty nice view here too. I was just over there, so yeah, pretty cool. Pretty energetic. All right, so yeah, I'm on the. I guess this is the. I forget the name of this Jinghang Yunhe bridge, and yeah, I can see the tower behind me right here. So it's kind of a symbol. Hangzhou is to have this tower, I guess. And then beside of me, you can see like really nice night view around me. Yeah. Pretty nice. Yeah, pretty nice. Good night view here. I like I said, the combination of nature and technology in the city is pretty amazing. So it's a good mix of it. And weather's not too bad. Yeah, about like 10 degrees or something around there. Not too bad. Definitely not as cold as Xi'an. Yeah. So another thing I want to talk about, I guess, about China. I've been having some philosophical thoughts during this trip when I'm traveling alone in China, and just a lot of people have this perception of China, especially from Americans in the West. I already talked a bit about this in Xi'an already in my Xi'an video, but yeah, I don't think that overall. I think the Chinese people are actually quite nice and friendly. I don't think that they're rude. I don't think that they're like what people think. They have this. People have negative stereotypes about Chinese people being rude or dirty or loud, right? Which I don't think is particularly fair, because I don't think actually considering how many people live here, I don't think that they're actually more rude or more loud or whatever than typical people from other countries. I met my fair share of rude Americans, in fact, and I didn't feel like Chinese people overall more rude or louder than compared to normal people. In fact, as I said before, I think a lot of Chinese people are really friendly and nice, and Chinese kids are actually fairly well behaved, well disciplined. So yeah, that's my impressions of that. But also something else I want to note is people have this impression of China as being this place, from America especially, right? Americans think that their country is so free, so much freedom, and you can do whatever, and they think that Chinese people are not free, which I don't know. I come here and people can do whatever they want, really. It's I think the only thing you can't really do is like, okay, don't be a drug dealer, don't do pro-democracy protests or whatever. Like, there's some stuff like that stuff will get you in trouble, but for the most part, like stuff that you just do everyday life and yeah, just whatever you want to do, that's not political related, I would say. If you do anything that's not political related or not drug related, then it's fine. Nobody cares. Like, people don't judge you here. And I actually think that Chinese people have more freedom than Japan or Korea, actually. Because I've lived in Korea before and I've been to Japan several times. I think that Koreans and Japanese actually have less freedom than Chinese people do, ironically, right? Because in Korea, their society really judges you based on what you wear, your appearance, a lot of things, like what you do outside. So that prevents a lot of Koreans from even be able to do what they want. They can't really express themselves. Like, look at this guy. He's just singing karaoke outside, right? He doesn't care. See? He doesn't care. Nobody else cares. You can just do what you want. If he wants to sing karaoke outside, nobody cares. But if you do this in Korea or even Japan, it might, like, people will think you're weird, basically. And hell, even in America and Canada, right? If you see busking people, like, people might think you're weird. But here in China, nobody thinks he's weird. Nobody, like, judges him. That's the thing. And I feel like in that way, Chinese people actually have a lot more freedom compared to other Asians. So, like, you can just do whatever you want. Nobody cares. Yeah. In Korea, if you just, like, dance outside in public or sing outside in public, people might think you're weird. In Japan, if you do a lot of these things, like, you might not be allowed to. Like, I remember I just walked around Tokyo and I wanted to just sit down somewhere, and I can't even do that because in Tokyo there's, like, strict laws where you're not allowed to just sit wherever you want. Like, it's like police officers patrolling the streets of Tokyo in Japan, basically ensuring that there's public order. So in China, it's not like that. Like, yeah, people think that you don't have freedom in China. It's not true. You actually have more freedom, I think, than Korea or Japan. Because in Korea, Japan, it's like you can't really do a lot of things without being judged, or you just can't do a lot of things, right? I go to a guitar store in Japan. They'll if I try to take video, somebody will come up to me and tell me not to do it. You can't do that. You can't take video. Other parts of Japan, right? You're not allowed to do this. You're not allowed to do that. So there's a lot of rules that are strictly enforced in Japan. I know that's to keep the order, the public order, but yeah, you're not allowed to do a lot of those things in Japan. Korea, maybe not as strict as Japan, but you basically can't do a lot of things because people will judge you for it. But in China, people don't care. Sing karaoke outside, even if it's not good, people won't care, right? You can wear whatever you want, people don't care. You can look however you want, people won't care. I was just having beer in a shopping mall in China when I was in Xi'an, and because, like, I had nothing else to do, so I bought some beer. I was just waiting for the Tong Park to open, the Tong Paradise Park to open, and I had nothing to do for like an hour, so I just bought some beer, and because I'm like a beer connoisseur, right? So I just bought some beer from the convenience store, just started drinking it in a shopping mall. Nobody cares. I could drink beer outside, which I've done in China before. Nobody cares. I just, like, sit down somewhere, daytime, nighttime, nobody cares. Even in Vancouver, you can't do that. Like, you can't just drink beer outside in Vancouver. It's, like, not allowed. So that's the funny thing, right? Like, Canada is supposed to be a free country, but you can't do that. In China, you can. So, I don't know. I just want to say this to people, who think that you don't have much freedom in China or whatever. No, it's just like, it's only related to, like, the political stuff. Like, yeah, you can't post about certain things online. You're not allowed to talk about certain things, like the Tiananmen Square stuff. Yeah, there's some stuff that you can't post online, can't talk about. You can still talk about it in person, of course, but you're not allowed to talk about it online. You're not allowed to do, like, some political protests and stuff. But that's like, who really does that? Like, if you don't care about that stuff, then you can do whatever in China. Nobody's gonna care. It's it's actually a country where I would say most people don't care about the rules at all. So you have rules, but like it's rarely followed. So I actually think that Chinese people have a lot of freedom, to be honest, because they have rules that they don't necessarily have to follow. So that's the thing. Whereas in Canada, Korea, America, Japan, you have rules that most people had to follow, but not in China. So in that sense, I actually think Chinese people have more freedom. So yeah. So yeah, I just want to get those misconceptions out of the way. When I came to China, I realized, yeah, Chinese people are a lot more free than you think. And yes, they can't access Western websites unless you have VPN or something. First of all, if you use VPN, a lot of people use VPN. I use VPN all the time because it came with my eSIM. Guys still singing, nobody cares. Yeah, so I use VPN all the time when I'm in China. It actually came with my eSIM. Like I downloaded an eSIM and then it came with a VPN. And you don't get in trouble or anything for that. So yeah, I don't have an issue accessing sites, and if Chinese people can get VPN, they can access Western websites fine. But even so, I would say that they don't really need to. You know, like most of the Western websites they're blocked from are like social media sites, right? Like YouTube or Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, that kind of stuff. But I would say that's a good thing. You know, the problem is these days there's so much misinformation that's being spread on social media, on Western social media sites, that I think is better that Chinese people don't have access to that. First of all, they don't need it. Like Chinese has their own websites for everything. They don't need it. I think they're dance group or something. So first of all, Chinese people don't need to access Western social media because they have their own websites. Second of all, I think it's better that they don't, because Western social media websites are all toxic anyways. They're full of misinformation. It's full of assholes. It's full of hate. So yeah, like take it from me, because I use social media a lot, right? I'm a YouTuber, and yeah, I use Instagram a lot and Facebook a lot. So take it from me when I say that Western social media sites are all toxic. They're full of assholes. They're full of people spreading lies and misinformation. They're full of dumbasses. So yeah, it actually gets me upset when I talk to a lot of people on social media sites. So yeah, the only social media site that I think actually has some like decently intelligent people is Quora. And I'm not sure if Quora is accessible, maybe it's not to try to, but that's like literally the only one. All the other ones, Reddit, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, is full of stupid people that think that they know everything. It's full of these dumbass people with low IQ that like to spread misinformation and lies, and if you disagree with them, they'll say that you're the one who's an idiot. So I don't like to even I don't want to interact with those people. I don't want to talk with those people. They're toxic, really. So yeah, if you ask me, there's no good in being able to access Western social media, really. Especially if you have Chinese social media, there's no reason that you really want to access Western social media, because it's full of toxic people anyways. So I think that's a good thing, you know. And if they really do want to, they have VPN. But I think it's better not to even have access to that social media stuff. Yeah, for me, it's like I'm already too embedded in it because I've been using it for such a long time. But hey, if I didn't have any Western social media accounts, I wouldn't even bother making one, because if I don't need to. It's just that I'm so embedded in that. All right, let's take a look. We are going to this side now. The other side of the bridge right here. Still looks really nice at night. Right. See a nice night view behind me here, the tower and everything. There you go. All right. Yeah, but yeah, as I was saying about the social media stuff, so much misinformation and dumbasses online. Like, I think a few, like, the thing is, it's just become more and more, right? Especially now with AI. AI has just made it that much more easier to spread misinformation and stuff. So it's so bad now. Like, especially after, I think the trend really accelerated after the last 10 years. I would say, especially after like Trump took office the first time, and even more so second time. Now you have so much AI stuff now. But yeah, from what I've been in contact with, yeah, there's just a lot of stupid people, especially from Trump supporters, for example. Like, they post all this fake misinformation, or they just make all these straw man arguments that don't make any sense. They have false equivalents. They try to paint Democrats as like evil people, which doesn't make any sense. They're just trying to create more and more division and hate. So they spread all that shit online. And then they're not the only group, of course. There's flat earthers. I ran into a bunch of flat earthers online. Yeah, people that actually think the world is flat. I don't know why, because it's pretty obvious that the people know that the world has been around for a long time now, hundreds of years. But for some reason, there's still a contingent of people out there that think the world is flat for some reason. I have no idea. People who think that the dance group. People who think that the moon landing was hoaxed is another one. Yeah, so people that think the moon landing is hoaxed, they're stupid too. Like, what, they think it was all CGI done in 1969, back when like computers were like these giant mainframes and stuff, and there was no such thing really as computer graphics back then. It was like incredibly simple. They think that because Stanley Kubrick made like the 2001: A Space Odyssey, he was able to fool people and stuff. Dude, no. If you watch 2001: A Space Odyssey, nobody was fooled that that was a real space or real Earth or something like that. It's a freaking movie, right? So stupid. And why? People don't think about the reasons why, you know? Why is there a global conspiracy to make you think that the world is round? Does it make any sense? No. Right? Why is there a global conspiracy to make you think that, or like they say that NASA, right? They faked the pictures of the Earth. It's like CGI from NASA. Dude, people have known that the Earth is round since medieval times. It's not because of NASA. They've known that since medieval times. And yeah, like moon landing. Why would they fake that? You know, what's the point of that? They don't think about why. So I don't know, stupid people, man. Yeah, people don't think about the reasons. I think they just want to think that there is some conspiracy theory because they want to make themselves feel better. Like, they want to know something that others don't or something. They want to feel like they're smarter than others, but really all they're proving is that they're stupider than others. That's all they're proving, right? They think that they're smarter than other people. They think that they know better than like the scientists and everyone else in the world. No, like, this is what is it called? The Dunning-Kruger effect or something like that. It's like basically low IQ people, like uneducated people, they actually think that they're smarter than others. So, and that's the thing you'll see online, right? You see all these dumb people, they think they know more than others, but really they're just proving how stupid they are. They like the conspiracy theories. I find like it's mostly uneducated people that believe in conspiracy theories because they want to seem like they're smart. They want to seem like they know more than other people, but they don't, because obviously all the educated people out there, like, you think that you know more than them. You think you know more than like people who think the Earth is flat. You think you know more than Isaac Newton. You think that you know more than Albert Einstein. Like, come on, right? Just because you watched like a TikTok video, you think you know more than Einstein and Newton. Like, come on, give me a break, right? You don't think about the reasons why. Why would they want to fake the moon landing? It makes no sense. Why would they want to do that, right? They already sent a man into space in 1962, right? John Glenn, Yuri Gagarin, Alan Shepard. They sent all these guys into space in 62. Why can't they just reach the moon by 69? Is it so unfathomable? Like, no, right? Yeah, they don't understand. Same thing when it comes to like Kobe fans, right? and Jordan fans and LeBron haters. These are the people I think I argue with a lot, because I end up seeing all their stupid posts on my feed, and every single one of their posts, they're like hyping up Kobe or praising up Kobe or Jordan for something. And then for LeBron, it's like they nitpick every single thing, especially his finals losses. They don't understand it's a team game. Like basketball is a team game. You don't win or lose by yourself. So they think that every ring that Jordan and Kobe won is all them. And then all the finals losses that LeBron had, it's all him. It's always his fault. He's blamed 100% for his losses. And then for Kobe, he's never blamed for his losses, but he's given 100% of the credit for his wins. And then for LeBron, he's never given credit for his wins. It's the opposite for him. It's always Ray Allen and Kyrie that saved him. So stupid, right? Let me show you guys. Here, you're nice, I'm going back. Just take a walk with me while I rant. Yeah, like I don't understand. It's such a double standard, right? Like whatever Kobe does, it's like always like he's tough, Mamba mentality, killer instinct, and whenever LeBron does something, it's always he's a loser, he flops, he's a crybaby, he's trash, he chokes. Like such a double standard, right, for them. Like it's so stupid, and there's so many of these people online. Like they just always have feelings over facts. They don't care about stats unless it fits their narrative, because they're like, LeBron's a stat patter. I know that LeBron's stats are better than Kobe's in every way, but he's still a loser because he lost more in the finals. Okay, so you give him 100% of the blame for his team's losses, and then his stats don't matter. And then for Kobe's stats, yeah, if he has bad stats, then it doesn't matter. But then when he has good stats, like when he scores 81 points, or he averaged more than Shaq, 3 points more than Shaq, or something like that, then it matters. Funny, right? Olympics, same thing. 2004 Olympics, LeBron barely played. He was a rookie. He played 11 minutes total at Olympics, but they blame it all on him. They say it's all LeBron's fault. It's all his fault. And then Kobe, he gets all the credit for the 2008 Olympics, even though LeBron outplayed him. LeBron played more minutes than Kobe did, averaged more points, rebounds, assists, everything, but they gave it all to Kobe. It's like, it's nuts, right? The double standards. So then when Kobe like barely wins against the 2010 Celtics or whatever, they say it's all him. He beat all these 50-win teams with a 65-win team, and they think that's something amazing. LeBron beats a 73-win team, right? The most in NBA history. They beat the 2016 Warriors. They don't give him any credit for that. He comes from 3-1 down. Nope, they don't give any credit for that. It's all Kyrie. But for Kobe, who barely won the 2010 finals, had help from Ron Artest and Paul Gasol, nope, they don't get any credit. It's all Kobe. So I'm just tired of stupid people online with their double standards, man. Really, really stupid. Yeah. They even downplay Shaq. Not just Gasol, who's always downplayed, but Shaq. They even downplay Shaq's contributions and say that, he wasn't even that good because Kobe outplayed him by 3 points per game. He was scoring by 3 points per game in some like Western Conference Finals, and then Kobe's better. Stupid, right? And they say Ray Allen saved LeBron. Okay, Ray Allen made one shot, and apparently he saved LeBron's legacy. But then Shaq averages 38 points per game in Kobe's first finals, and that doesn't count, apparently. So it's ridiculous, Anyways, I know it's ranting, but just saying like why so many stupid people and idiots are on social media. And I think it's a good idea that Chinese people don't have access to social media, So the Western social media is like full of toxic, shitty people who don't know what they're talking about. They think they're so smart. They think they know more than you. And it's just infuriating talking to them. Yeah, they think that they know more than you because, you're just sheep. You're believing what the government and public schools tell you and blah, blah, blah. And they have absolutely no evidence to back up what they're saying except for dumbass TikTok videos and shit that don't even make sense. Yeah, just don't listen to people online, basically. Western social media are full of dumbasses, assholes, toxic people. Basically is what I learned. Alright, anyways, that was my rant. Let's get back to your regular scheduled programming in Hangzhou. Yep, alright, just going back to my place. Oh yeah, one more thing I want to talk about. If you ever criticize Kobe online, you're called a Kobe hater. So you're not allowed to criticize Kobe because he died, right, tragically. But you're not allowed to criticize him. Otherwise, you're called a Kobe hater. But LeBron is the opposite. You're not allowed to praise him. Hating on LeBron is just normal. But you're not allowed to praise him. Otherwise, you're called a bronsexual or a bron glazer. That's what you're called. But Kobe is the opposite. You have to praise him. Otherwise, you get called a Kobe hater. It's like the opposite. Double standards, man. And yeah, the worst thing is when you call them out on their like bullshit, right? Their double standards. They're gonna be like, "Oh, you don't know any basketball. Yeah, you're just a bron glazer. You're a bronsexual. You don't know basketball. You're delusional, etc." Like, it's the most infuriating thing. When you call them out on their lies, they're misleading. They always make up these misleading lies and statements, and they call them facts, even though they're not facts at all. They're just bullshit that they made up about LeBron. And then when you call them out on it, they'll say that you don't know any basketball, or you're a bron glazer, or bronsexual. Just, it's stupid, right? They have nothing to back up whatever they say, because they know that what they're spreading is just bullshit and lies. And when you call them out on it, yeah, all they do is insult you. So it's just proof, further proof of low IQ people, uneducated people is they never fight back with any kind of valid arguments. They'll always rely on insults, basically. Several times they said to me, "Oh, you're Asian. You think you know basketball?" So basically being racist, right? Because you got nothing else, right? If they have nothing else to say, then they have to rely on the insults. So that's how you know, like, these people are uneducated, they're idiots, they're low IQ, not very high intelligence. It's because they have nothing to argue with that's valid. Instead, they just resort to insults and saying that you don't know basketball and blah blah blah. Right? Because they have nothing of they have nothing really to say back to you. So because they know that you're right, they know that I'm right. Right? I hit the nail on the head. I'm right. They can say nothing against it. But yeah. See, it's infuriating, right? You call people out on their lies and misleading statements, and then they're the ones who say that you don't know anything. Okay. Have they ever said why I don't know anything? No. They never give any kind of valid reasoning behind their arguments. Just, you don't know basketball. You're a Kobe hater. You're a LeBron glazer. You're a bronsexual. What? For calling out on your lies and misleading statements and saying things are facts when they're not facts at all, but lies and bullshit. Right? I call people out on their lies and bullshit, and yeah, all they got is insults. So, anyways, very, very annoying to deal with these people online. And yeah, I love to travel alone. I think that I have so much freedom. I can just do whatever I want, right? Just take my videos and pictures and yeah, just go wherever I want. I don't have anyone telling me where to go, and what to do. It's just, yeah, a lot less stress for me. So I think traveling alone is basically the best for me, because I don't have to listen to anyone. I don't have to care about anyone else's where they want to go or anything. I just follow my own schedule and do whatever the fuck I want, that's the best thing. I don't have to care about other people, and hence the freedom of traveling alone, that's the best. So yeah, traveling alone in China, and couldn't really be happier, it's amazing. Just coming back to this place and yeah, exploring by myself is a really great feeling. makes me feel young again, actually. I know it's getting me like, I'm getting tired more easily compared to when I was younger, but yeah, um, still gives me, just traveling by myself gives me this extra energy, you know, that just makes me feel young again, even though I'm not. And I'm also staying at youth hostels as well, even though I'm not really young. But staying at youth hostels helps me feel young as well, and you know, I get some free tours sometimes. I can meet people sometimes at these hostels, and overall, it's a, you know, a nice place to stay and it saves some money. You know, if I'm traveling alone, I don't need to go to a fancy hotel or even Airbnb. You save some money by going to a hostel, and yeah, meet some people. Um, Maybe get a free tour or something, you know. But mostly, it's just a cheap place to stay because I don't really go back often, right? I only go back to sleep and to take a rest. That's really the only reason, the only times I would go back. So I don't need to have a fancy place to sleep or anything. Usually, just like, you know, one of those capsule things is fine. And yeah, I think this time I did get a nice capsule type of hotel experience, or it's just a, you know, a small bed. But that's all I need, you know, whenever I travel, just a small bed to sleep in. So I don't need to have any kind of fancy accoutrements or anything. Yeah, that's how I live, you know. I just carry one small backpack, or actually one travel backpack. I shouldn't say small. I just have one travel backpack with me that I carry with me most of the time, and that's really it. I don't carry any carry-on luggage. I don't have any check-in luggage because it just makes the whole travel process a lot more complicated when you have that. Yeah, just one backpack for 2 weeks that has all my stuff. A few clothes. I don't need that many clothes. Just have a few clothes and then some electronics, and that's really it. That's all I need. If I do any shopping, it'll have to be for like small items. But yeah, I think just this travel backpack is all I need for a 2 week trip to anywhere. Really like to travel light, you know. I don't need too much stuff, basically. Yeah, just travel light. Toiletries, a few bits of clothing, and some electronics. That's really all I need. And staying at a hostel, you know, and I'm good. Just a small bed. I think I can live with a minimal amount, basically, if I'm just traveling. So makes it easier for me, for both my experience and my wallet, you know. Save some money as well. Right, so today I'm gonna go to Westlake or Shihu in Hangzhou. That's the main attraction of Hangzhou for most people. It's the nature and the big Westlake, and also some of the tea that's made around this area too. I had to get some Shihu Longjin tea, which is very famous. So I'm gonna get that today as well. So yeah, just gonna walk around a bit till I get to Westlake. So some of my thoughts around China so far. So I lived in Korea before, been to Japan many times, and now I'm in China. I can tell you guys kind of the similarities and differences, but one of the things I noticed is that yeah, it doesn't seem to be compared to Korea. I know Korea better because I lived there like 2 years and I've been there almost every year. So Korea has more cafes for sure because Koreans love to drink coffee. Chinese, like I see Luckin Coffee a lot now in Starbucks, of course, but they're kind of spreading more and more. So coffee is getting more popular in China, but for the most part, they don't really drink coffee. They drink tea, just like Japanese do. So you see, like the cafes in China, it's mostly like tea shops, not so much coffee stores. It's beginning to get more, but still definitely not as much as Korea. Korea is like, you can see coffee stores, like cafes, like everywhere, and they're huge too. So one thing I noticed about Korea is the coffee culture in Korea that doesn't really exist here in China, and lack of cosmetic stores as well. I don't see too many cosmetic stores in China, which to me, I guess, just from looking at people, right? Like the girls here don't really wear much makeup at all. So I can see like maybe they don't they don't really care too much about makeup or skincare. So yeah, not too much of that. So yeah, definitely more cosmetic stores in Korea because Korean girls usually wear makeup when they go outside and everything, and they use a lot of skincare, which I don't think Chinese girls do as much. All right, you can see now we're on Women's Street, and this area is like a little bit more rundown, more older style. Some of the stuff you might see, like yeah, poorer parts of China or even Hong Kong, you see like that, like these kind of older apartments. They're hanging out the clothes to dry even in the winter, even though it's not really humid. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, that's what I noticed. Not as many cafes here, not as many cosmetic stores. Also the lack of photo studios. That's another interesting difference. It's like Korea and Japan, but especially Korea, you find a lot of photo studios. Like people go in and they take like these pictures, and yeah, you don't see really that thing in China. You don't see like photo studios in China for some reason. Like yeah, where you can just go in and you snap a picture with your friends or your boyfriend or girlfriend. You don't see that really in China for some reason. Not sure why though. Yeah. Not sure why, but that's something I noticed a lot more in Korea than here. Other than that, yeah, karaoke, KTV, that's common in all three countries. You see karaoke's a lot in China, Korea, and Japan, so that's part's common. Pool halls, pretty common in all three countries, but yeah, what I noticed just from walking around is, yeah, not as many cafes, not as many cosmetic stores, not as many photo studio stores. Yeah, doesn't seem to be that many arcades here either. Like in Japan and China, Japan and Korea, actually, you see many arcades where you can just go in and you play some games and stuff. You don't see too much of it in China actually. So that's what I noticed. Yeah, no, not many arcades either. You do see a lot of clothing stores and restaurants. That's like, I would say massage places here. That seems to be predominant. Yeah, I would say clothing stores, restaurants, massage places. Obviously convenience stores everywhere as well. They don't seem to have many, like they have spas, but Chinese spas are a bit different. It's not like a hot spring. So when you go to Korea or Japan and you go to one of the spas, they might actually have a hot spring, right? Korea is Shimjobang and Japan is onsen, right? And there's a lot of those. You go to a hot spring kind of relax, which I kind of like. I like to go to hot springs, but it seems that in China, it's hard to find hot springs in the city. Like, I'm sure there's hot springs outside of the city, but inside the city seems to be hard to find that. So yeah, I don't know. I think maybe that's just not part of the culture here. Like, when you see Chinese spa, it's more like foot massages and back rubs and stuff like that. It's not really, which are not really spas. It's like, well, I guess they are, but they're more like Western spas. I'm thinking like Asian spas. I think like hot springs, which they don't really seem to have in China. So yeah. Okay. Taking a picture there. Okay. Anyways, yeah, so I was actually looking for a hot spring around here because it would be nice, you know, walking around all day. I want to kind of relax myself by going to a hot spring, like a sauna. Right? Korea has saunas, so I usually, like, when I'm in Korea, I usually go to like a Korean sauna. They don't really seem to have these here. Like, I don't see many saunas here. Yeah, so they don't seem to have many of sauna, hot spring stuff in China. It's mostly like foot massage or back rubs and stuff like that. And some girls dressed up. So other than some, like, few girls would dress up here, but not many. Like, by and large, if you want to talk about fashion sense, like, there's no comparison. Korean and Japanese girls especially, they dress up way more. Like, some Chinese girls dress up, but it's very few. Like, sometimes I'll see Chinese girls, especially they dress up in like hanfu, or they wear like you know, something a little bit more stylish looking, but it's not common. Like, yeah, most Chinese girls here, the majority, they don't really dress up. They just wear very plain outfits. So just people in general, guys and girls here, both wear very plain casual outfits, not very dressy at all. Yeah, whereas in Korea and Japan, people care more about their appearance, right? Especially girls. So you don't see many girls wearing skirts here or dresses. I know it's winter, but it's actually not that cold here. This is like 14, 15 degrees right now in Hangzhou in the daytime. It can get down to like maybe 10 in the nighttime, or a little bit below 10. But you know, like, when you go to Seoul or Tokyo, but especially Seoul, you see a lot of girls wearing even mini skirts in the winter, right? You don't really see that here. Like, rarely do you see girls wearing dresses or mini skirts, long or short, right? In Japan, you can see many girls wearing long dresses and long skirts. In Korea, you can see more like short skirts and stuff. But in China, like 95% of girls wear pants here. And it's not even that cold. So that's what I noticed. Yeah, if it was this temperature in Korea, you would see many more girls wearing mini skirts and dresses. Yeah, or Japan for that matter. No, even in Tokyo, you see many girls wearing skirts and dresses, but not here. Here, like, most of the girls seem to be covered up. So that's something I noticed. I mean, there are girls who wear skirts and dresses in China, but it's really a small minority. Not too many. I wonder if it has something to do with their uniforms, because I know that Korea and Japan, they have kind of mini skirts as part of their uniforms, right? But not China. China, like, the girls wear the same outfit as guys, which is like the tracksuit. So I wonder if that affects how they dress as well, you know, later in life when they grow up. All right, come across another intersection here. Yeah, very older looking shops here. So I'm going to Shihu, which is actually over here, I think. Yeah. Yeah, so I noticed about the girls here, you know, since I'm a guy, right, I gotta talk about the visuals. yeah, like 95% of Chinese girls dressed very casually in plain. Like they don't really care. They just dress like they don't care too much about their appearance. No makeup. They put their hair in a ponytail, which Koreans and Japanese don't tend to do a lot. And they wear glasses, right? So that's like differences, right? It's very noticeable, obvious to me, right? Like typical Chinese girl doesn't wear makeup, puts her hair in a ponytail, wears glasses, doesn't really dress up, wears very plain outfits, very casual, covered up. Compare this to Korean, Japan, right? Like Korean, Japanese girls wear a lot more makeup. Like when they go outside, they just, nearly all of them wear makeup. And they dress up a lot more. They wear skirts and dresses more feminine style. They usually won't put their hair in a ponytail. They're just like let it down because it looks nicer. And glasses, like Japanese, I think girls still wear glasses for the most part, but Korean girls no. Korean girls don't really wear glasses. They do, they wear contacts or they do LASIK surgery. So if I see a girl wearing lots of makeup and like short skirt and no glasses, then it's a good chance it's a Korean girl, to be honest. I mean, there are a few Chinese girls like that, but very, very few. Like there are a few Chinese girls that try to be like Korean style, but it's like 5%, you know. The 95% are not like that. And you guys can see that just when I'm walking around, right? You guys can see what I'm talking about. I have videos walking around Seoul and Tokyo as well. You guys can see the differences, right? It's not even cold right now. It's like 15 degrees. I'm actually getting pretty warm. And everyone's covered up. Yeah. Everyone's covered up. Girls are all covered up. Guys all covered up. Everyone's covered up here. And by the way, this fashion sense or the lack of fashion sense, I should say, for Chinese girls, it doesn't matter where they're from. So I went to Shanghai, I went to Beijing, I went to Chengdu and Xi'an this trip. Now I'm in Hangzhou. I'm going to Shenzhen next, right? It doesn't matter where they're from too much in terms of their style. They seem to be all similar in terms of being very casual and plain. So it doesn't matter where you go in China. Like, that's the thing I noticed. Like, a lot of Chinese girls, they brag about where they're from. Like, oh, Sichuan girls are the prettiest. And, oh, Shanghai girls are the prettiest. Oh, Beijing girls are the prettiest. But when you go there, they all have the similar style. Like, the amount of girls who are actually dressed up like a Korean or Japanese girl is very, very few. So to me, they're pretty much the same. Almost no difference. The difference might be in how tall they are, the complexion of their skin, their facial structure. That stuff might be different between areas and their race and stuff, but the way they're dressed and their style is all the same. Not much difference there. Like, it's not like one area of China they wear a lot more makeup and wear skirts and dresses a lot more. No, it's not like that, right? It's all kind of the same, no matter where you go in China in terms of their style. And for me, that's actually the thing that's the most important when I'm looking for a girl, like physical attraction wise. I look at how good her style is, right? And I don't see that from Chinese girls, no matter where they're from. There's only very, very few girls that will dress up. Compared to, like, if you go to Seoul or Tokyo, right? You have a much higher percentage of girls that dress up, especially Seoul. Like, I think Korea probably has the highest in general. Like, Japan, you could say, like, yes, but there's still like a lot of Japanese girls that are more on the casual side, I would say. But Korea, I would say Korea is the one that you want to have the highest percentage of girls that put on makeup and dress up. That's Korea. Yeah, like I would say about 50%, 60% at least, you will see Korean girls dressed up with makeup, full makeup and everything when they go outside, like 50, 60%. That's probably the highest you'll find in any of these countries. Yeah, Japan probably won't be that high. It'd be like maybe 30%, maybe 40%. But China is like, yeah, 5% maybe. That's it. You really won't see many girls like going outside dressed up, full makeup or anything. So, yeah, anyways, that's just one of my observations, right? Yeah, if you guys are looking for which country has the most beautiful girls? Well, naturally beautiful, right? Chinese girls want to call themselves naturally beautiful because they don't want to put on makeup or anything. But in fact, if you're not gonna like try to enhance your appearance, what's the point, right? It's kind of a waste. Well, look at this. He's got like, oh, it's like a small river here. Gotta show you guys that. But yeah, in my opinion, this is my philosophy, okay? If you're talking about your natural beauty, which is what Chinese girls like to talk about, is their 自然美丽, right? Their natural beauty, 茶연美丽, right? That's their, yeah, well, how do I say in Korean? 자연스럽게 예쁨. Yeah, that's it. 자연스럽게 예쁨. That's their natural beauty, right? So Chinese girls like to talk about their 自然美丽. But the thing is, if they don't care about their appearance, you don't like do skincare, you don't like put on much makeup, you don't dress up or anything, it's really a waste, isn't it? Whereas you can say, okay, Korean girls, they might not be as naturally beautiful as Chinese girls, but at least they enhance their appearance. It's not just about plastic surgery. If you want to say, oh, they Korean girls have plastic surgery, first of all, no, they don't. Like, even in the heavy areas like Gangnam or Shinsa, maybe 50% of girls have plastic surgery, but that's the most. If you go in the countryside, probably like 10%, you know, 10% at most. So the majority of girls in Korea did not have plastic surgery, but it doesn't matter anyways. Whether they had plastic surgery or not doesn't matter, because it's how they approach thinking about their appearance. It's like they just care about it more. That's the thing. Even if they didn't do plastic surgery, they still do full makeup, they still dress up well, skincare, everything. They don't wear glasses, right? They have better hairstyles. Like, there's so much more you can do with your appearance that's not related to using surgery. And yeah, Korean girls just care about it more. Chinese girls just don't. So it doesn't matter how like naturally beautiful that you think you are. When it comes to Chinese girls, they think they're naturally beautiful, but it doesn't matter if you don't try to, you know, enhance your appearance. It just kind of goes to waste, you know? Like, yeah, what does it matter if you're naturally beautiful, if you're not going to dress up, if you're just going to wear glasses and put your hair in a bun all the time? Like, it doesn't matter, right? You're kind of just like wasting your beauty away. So, yeah, that's my own philosophy on that anyways. They like to talk about that. Well, I'm like, okay, well, Korean girls may not be naturally beautiful as Chinese girls, but at least they're putting a lot more effort into their appearance, and that ends up mattering a lot, you know, instead of just like wasting it, kind of hiding your beauty, essentially, or wasting your beauty, in my opinion. So yeah, that's my thoughts on that. Anyways, so personal opinion, you know, that's just talking about appearance, right? Like, personally, I just think, yeah, Korean girls dress up the most, they care the most about their appearance, and then Japanese girls after that, and then Chinese girls. Big difference. Talking about like 50-60% of Korean girls dressing up and putting on makeup when they go outside, compared to like 30-40% Japanese girls and about 5% of Chinese girls. Like, that's a pretty big difference. But that's just appearance, right? What about personality? Well, yeah, in my opinion, Chinese girls have a pretty strong personality, right? So they're, because of the whole history and culture of Chinese girls being equal to guys, essentially. Maybe it's that, or maybe just they're inherently like that, but I don't know. Yeah, they're just stronger than guys, usually. So you see a lot of very strong girls here, and you know, some guys may like that, but if you like soft, feminine girls, still Korea and Japan is better for that. You know, I'm not saying Korean girls are like that weak or anything, they're not, nor are Japanese girls that weak, but they are relatively to Chinese girls, right? I mean, I dated so many Korean girls, right? Yeah, they're not weak, but they're definitely like softer than Chinese girls are. Chinese girls are for sure like stronger. So you're talking about girls here that on average Chinese girls are stronger. The guy actually has to do more for them here, Like the guy does a lot for girls here in China, and on top of that, like the girls they don't really care too much about their appearance here. So it's like, what are you really getting, right, out of Chinese women? So, no, this sounds like a diss to Chinese women, but I'm just telling you guys the truth from what I've experienced. Okay, I don't come here with any bias. It's just from what I experienced, you know, just being in China versus being in Korea versus being in Japan. This is just what I've experienced. So I'm sorry if the truth is a little bit blunt and harsh, but that's what it is. Anyways, yeah, I'm close to Shibu now. By the way, doesn't apply to Chinese girls outside of China, because I found that even like Chinese Canadian and Chinese American girls, they would dress up more than girls here. So yeah, like even Chinese Canadian girls, Chinese American girls, they still go to like, they would still wear makeup when they go outside, they still dress up when they go outside, like much more than here. So what I'm saying doesn't really apply to Chinese girls outside of China. I just found that inside China, yeah, well, it just seems like they don't care very much about their appearance. So, yeah. Nice. Alright, so I arrived at Shihu, which is West Lake, and this is the most famous thing about Hangzhou, is this beautiful West Lake. And yeah, I'll show you guys, because it's a decently big lake, and it'll take us, well, it'll take me the whole day to walk around. So I'm not going to walk around the whole lake, but there it is. See behind me? Yeah. So this is West Lake behind me right here. Alright. Show you guys here. Alright, so yeah. It's a beautiful West Lake, Shihu. I see a lot of people rowing along the waters there. Alright. Alright. Yeah, very beautiful, and it's a nice day outside today. And yeah, I think I'll probably have to go on a boat cruise, right? Nice day outside today, pretty warm, about 15-16 degrees right now. Yeah, I know everyone's covered up, but that's just how Chinese people are. But it's actually quite warm. It's yeah, it's like 15-16 degrees and sunny, so the weather is actually very good. I think Chinese are just always overdressed, so they're always, I mean, I'm from Canada, but like, it's pretty warm. You don't need to be covered up that much. But yeah, so it's just fairly warm right now. Good weather. But yeah, you guys can see me. Massive Shihu, and it's been, yeah, 15 years. 15 years since I've been to Shihu in Hangzhou. And I came here on a package tour back in 2011. It's been a long time. Turn around. And go across this bridge, which I actually didn't get to go across last time. This beautiful lake is inspired a lot of Chinese poetry and stuff. So there's a saying in Chinese called 上有天堂,下有苏杭, and that means that above is heaven and below is Suzhou and Hangzhou, which are considered really beautiful, like heaven on earth, basically. So, yeah, it's like beautiful enough to inspire those poems in Chinese history. So, yeah, very serene, tranquil, kind of quiet lake. And I think you cannot really see. Let's see what fish is in this lake, but you can't really see. It's not that clear. This is the most famous part of Hangzhou is, the West Lake here. Very beautiful, famous lake in China. Also where a lot of tea is being harvested as well. We got some traditional performers here. Time to go across the bridge. This is what the bridge is like. Yeah, it's a nice view all around. Beautiful. The guy looks like he came from running a marathon or something. Yeah, it's like people running on part of a marathon or something. Nice. This is what I came to Hangzhou for, right? Relaxing. Yeah, this is what I came to Hangzhou for. It's like for this nice, relaxing nature and peaceful scenery, right? Yeah. So it's a good way for me to relax on my trip. Yeah. So, anyways, yeah, you can see a lot of good nature and stuff around here. It's really, I think, what Hangzhou is known for. So, yeah. I think I'll probably have to go on a cruise later. I'll just go on a cruise later with one of those boats. You can do that or like a bigger cruise ship. On the coast of Westlake right now. Nice.
看到了，我都看到了。来呗，来个帮来。啊，你跟我讲了，你跟我讲。
So you guys can see that it's getting pretty hot here, and yeah, I don't know how everyone here is still like so bundled up. Like, yeah, it's fascinating, right? Almost no girls are wearing dresses and skirts here, but it's like so warm. They're like all covered up. I can't even wear my coat. Everyone's here like wearing like thick coats and stuff. I don't understand. Anyways, yeah, the coast of Westlake right now. Beautiful weather today. Very warm, sunny. Enjoying the relaxing nature. I can imagine in ancient times, you know, when there's less people here, right? Then you can just sit by the lake and enjoy. And it would be more peaceful back then. I'll put it here. Now.
回家是去过这个没有？哦，你到提醒我。我们现在把它洗了，打出来之后，但是一般是不在饭里面啊，就是我的现在还是这样子。那个老太婆。好的，好的。嗯。到后来春天，还要在后面。
I'm not gonna dance here. It's a bit more embarrassing, but imagine if I was like dancing like I was in Croatia. People wearing underwear. Alright. Nah, can't do it. Imagine if it was like me in Croatia back in 2015. I think I had more guts back then to dance in front of people. girls wearing hanfu.
公的才会颜色亮丽一点，是小一点的。
There's a dude too. He had long hair. Thought he was a girl. Yeah, that I thought it was a girl, but it was actually a guy. It's funny. Yeah, let's go here. It's the bridge.
Oh. 这么多人呢，快点。
Any places where you can take a picture of this? I wonder if I can find somewhere to eat. I haven't eaten yet, but find somewhere to eat, and then yeah, maybe take a cruise. I'm not sure yet. Okay.
为呵护西湖经济环境，保护您和他人的健康，请勿在人流密集区域吸烟。感谢您的理解，配合。
哦，那残疾。
尊敬的游客，您好，欢迎进入。遵守纪律管理规定，倡导文明游人，不要踩踏草坪，安全呵护，不要投掷野生生物，离近水不要丢沙手机，做好飞行老人，安全呵护，注意脚下安全。
这俩鱼还没死，
没死吗？
汉服上牌. So this is a Shanghai. This is a dressing up in Hanfu, I think. Of course, mostly girls do that, but yeah. In fact, there's a girl doing that right now. Here. Yeah, that girl is sitting right there, getting her picture taken in Hanfu. In most of these traditional places in China, you can just wear the hanfu, I guess, and it'll be a good photo spot. Okay, here's some place I can go to eat. Nice. Some traditional tea. I'll have to buy some tea from Hangzhou. Hangzhou is famous for tea. Shihu. We can get some tea from Shihu. Shihu Longjing is what I'm looking for. That's the type of tea I like. Type of green tea. More traditional looking structure there. Alright, so yeah, this is Shihu, Hangzhou, and pretty much this is the main reason why people go to Hangzhou here, right? Just for the West Lake. It's very beautiful and peaceful scenery here. But I think that Hangzhou is a place, yeah, it's nice. Like, it's a very livable city that's like very modern and also has some traditional stuff and also has like milder weather, I would say, especially in the winter, although it gets really hot in the summer. But yeah, I think out of the different Chinese cities, if you're asking me like what's the most livable Chinese city, this is like one of the most livable Chinese cities, I would say, for foreigners, because yeah, it is fairly modern, but combining it with some traditional Chinese stuff and then some nice nature and beauty. Nice. Yeah, overall it's a good place to live in, I think. So it's just that if you go to Chengdu or Xi'an, I think it might be a little bit too Chinese for some foreigners. But Hangzhou, because it has some modern elements in it, kind of like it's so close to Shanghai, right? So if you're familiar with Shanghai, then Hangzhou has some of that modernity in it. So that makes it easier, I guess, for foreigners, I guess, to live here. Yeah. Oh. I think here we have some museum here. And try going there. Oh, there's some traditional stuff here. Oh, you can go on these boats as well. Nice. Go on one of these traditional boats. Okay, so yeah, now I'm gonna go into, I guess, this traditional temple area, which is called the remains of the temporary imperial palace of the Qing dynasty. Yeah, so let's take a look. It is remains of temporary imperial palace of Qing dynasty. So Qing dynasty, the capital is in Beijing, right? But apparently they temporarily moved it here in Hangzhou. Interestingly, yeah. So let's take a look. Oh, it's going to be girls wearing hanfu. Remains of sumo pedestals. White marble column base of clouded dragon. This is the Qing dynasty era. Here. And go up. Go this way.去上面儿。
有一个东西。起呼。
It's nice. Yeah, very traditional place here. Take a look around. Yeah, it's mostly covered by trees, but let's see. There. Just walking along the path here in Hangzhou, and this is near Westlake, Shihu. I'm just kind of in a forested area right now, and yeah, really enjoying the nature here. Very peaceful and relaxing. It's a trail. Yeah, really beautiful. get to see some nice traditional looking houses as well. More traditional structures here. You see Westlake over there. Go up there. This is the museum. Should we go in? It's a museum here. Oh, these are like jade. This is jade. They've all changed color. It's not green anymore. I wonder who this is. Nice place too. Wish I could read those characters. Small Pangu Valley. Okay, that's what this is. What's in here? Oh, it's a nice picture place. Oh, this little pagoda thing. Oh, there's some fish. It's like koi fish or something. Nice. Some Buddhist monks here or something. Oh, there's some writing there. It seems to be another popular place here. Small Lung Hong Cave. That's what this is. Huh. A lot of people taking pictures here. Oh, this is the back.
老陈是喜欢搞闪光灯，
That's why.
闪光灯一闪烁，这个高完全。
That's why. We like that
现在
background.
这个刚好，要么把那个 ISO 往上一点。
Nice. Yeah, you can see many girls taking pictures here. This is a popular spot, I guess. Oh, let me go down here. Okay, that's how you get out. Right. This way. Who is this? Some girl there. I wonder who she is. The sword too. Huh. Don't see many Chinese girls carrying swords. Wonder who that could be. Alright.
最高的地方。
And Westlake. On the other side here, another bridge. Very nice. So this area is Yunshan Pavilion. Okay, check out this part.
这个刀付双999。怎么了？我是应该跟他换个位置。我玩在现在吗？
There's more artifacts here. Okay. Okay, it's sunset time now. People still taking pictures, of course, at sunset time. Nice sunset. And take a look at Westlake, Hangzhou. During sunset time. Yeah, very beautiful, peaceful. Really, like, it's the most famous part of Hangzhou, and why I came here, right, is for this kind of peaceful atmosphere and nature and stuff. And that's what you see here. So, yeah, really nice, relaxing. Just, there is a lot of tourists here, so it's not like, that's one thing, right? Just keep that in mind. If you guys come here, just be aware there is a lot of tourists. So it is a touristy spot because it's the most famous part of Hangzhou, so just be aware of that. But yeah, on that, really is nice and peaceful. When you do get to like look at the lake and stuff, just kind of forget about your worries and your trouble, and your stress for just a little bit, and just focus on the beautiful scenery right in the back. So, yeah. And there's people taking boats there. Alright. Whoa, look at that boat. It's fancy. Look at that boat. It's like a fancy Chinese boat there.
公交车，要不要进去坐进去大巴？
我抽包要黑的。我知道了。我来一个约炮。
No. Okay. Looks like we can cross the bridge again. It's the other side. Alright, so just making a little revision or correction to what I said before. So it's not that Chinese girls don't dress up or can't dress up or anything. They do, but only sometimes. Like it's only for special occasions. It's only for special occasions that they do. So then I feel like, again, it's still kind of wasteful, you know? Like, I just feel like, okay, Japanese and Korean girls just dress up more on average. It's like, just in their daily life, right? They go outside. When they go outside to meet people, they dress up. Whereas, yeah, 95% of Chinese girls, they don't dress up. And if they do, it's only for special occasions. So I just still feel like it's kind of a waste. It's like, what's the point of your natural beauty if you're not gonna like really take advantage of it most of the time, right? So yeah, that's just how I feel. Right. On the side again. Take a look. Nice. And can we even go to the other side? Because it continues on the other side too. We'll go. Continue on. So West Lake has this like really beautiful traditional Chinese look to it. Where I feel like, yeah, this is like the scenery, the fengjing, the scenery that inspired a lot of Chinese poems back in the day, you know? A lot of poetry were inspired by that. Oh, there's many people here. Oh, come on, I can't even move. No. Oh, okay, so we can take a look at this side. This side's really pristine looking too, and less touristy on this side. Yeah, less touristy on this side. Just looks pretty. I think this side is definitely a little bit more quiet and peaceful. That one's like touristy side, I guess. This one's less tourist on this side. Okay. It's a nice traditional view too. It's very beautiful. But this side not as touristy, so you don't see as many tourists here. But it's still very beautiful and calm, I think. And listen to some music on my Sony Walkman right here. So. sounds really good. I love this machine. Yeah, it's a music player, but it's very musical, so we love it. Sony Walkman W1Z, really good device. Okay, so this is Shihu West Lake at night. So you do have some of the temples that you see in the background and distance lighting up, which is pretty nice. Yeah, it still looks pretty nice at night. You know, you have like so many lights and stuff like that. Obviously, like back then in ancient times, there wouldn't be any lights at night. But yeah, because you do have nights at light, it's still fairly attractive. So yeah, I've been having a nice relaxing time in Hangzhou. I think I made the right decision, right? It's like when I picked the different cities for my China trip, Chengdu for the food, and then Xi'an for the history, now Hangzhou for the nature and the scenery. And yeah, so far, all three of those have met my expectations, or sometimes exceeded them, actually. I would say Chengdu met my expectations. Xi'an actually kind of exceeded it. I actually had a lot more fun in Xi'an than I expected, and then Hangzhou met my expectations as well. And then Shenzhen is next, which is I go there for electronics, because I'm an electronics guy. I like to collect electronics, so yeah, I have different purposes for going to all these places. And each of these Chinese cities I picked for a different unique purpose, right? So yeah, I think I make the right decision here. And also, yeah, I found not all these cities are, actually all these cities are fairly like warmer than Vancouver on average, except for Xi'an. Xi'an was kind of similar to Vancouver, but Chengdu was warmer than Vancouver on average because it's about 10 degrees. Vancouver is like 5 degrees in the winter, so Chengdu is like a little bit warmer. Hangzhou right now is like not even 10 degrees, it's like 12 degrees or something right now. It's like not cold. It's not like super warm, but it's not really cold either. Yeah, don't pay attention to all the Chinese people wearing padding and stuff like that. They're overdressed. Basically, it's not that cold right now. I would say it's about 12, 13 degrees right now. So yeah, Hangzhou is fairly mild in weather in the winter, I would say. And then Shenzhen is going to be even warmer than this because it's down south near Hong Kong, right? Shenzhen is really close to Hong Kong, so that's going to be even warmer. So yeah, pick some good cities to come to in the winter, I guess. Each have their own purpose, and I can kind of enjoy the history and scenery and food, and yeah, shopping as well. So yeah, and then because I used the 240-hour visa rule for China, which means I can only stay up to 10 days in China using the visa-free policy. So yeah, China's visa-free policy means I can only stay up to 10 days. So I have one more day free, which I used, and you have to pick another city to go to after you leave China. You can't just be back to Canada, right? So I had to pick another country to go to that's not Canada. So that's part of the requirements for that visa. Part of the requirements for that visa is that in order to qualify for 240-hour rule, you have to be transiting to another country. So I picked Singapore because it happened to be cheaper than Hong Kong, and I've been to Hong Kong before. I've been to Taiwan before. Haven't been to Singapore before. I was thinking about what can I do, which other countries I can travel to that's close to China, and I have one day. And Singapore I haven't been before, so I figured, yeah, that's a good one to go to, because I've been to Hong Kong, I've been to Taipei. Those are the other options, and the flight to Singapore is cheaper anyways. So yeah, I haven't been to Singapore. I've been to Malaysia, So I've been to Singapore, and that's definitely going to be the warmest country I'll go to during this trip. Yeah, Southeast Asia is always warm. So yeah, I think I planned fairly well, and yeah, most of the time I come here without any kind of plan. Yeah, I just travel by myself, and I don't make a detailed plan or itinerary. I just kind of like play it by ear is what I would say. Play it by ear, yeah. Which means I wait until the day of, and then I decide what to do. And so far it's worked out for me, you know. I've been pretty satisfied with doing ad hoc planning. That reduces the stress. I don't have to think about missing any kind of schedule or something like that. I don't have to worry about getting too tired, because it is tiring to go to 6 cities in 2 weeks, right? It is very tiring, but it would be even more tiring if I had to follow a packed schedule every day, right? That would like really tire my body out. So what I did was pace myself. I'm just giving myself what can I do every day, basically? What can I fit in one day? When I was in Xi'an, it was like, okay, I can go to the food market, I can go to the bell tower, I can go to the city walls. That's something I can do in one day. What's another day? Okay, another day I can go to the Bingma Yun, the terracotta army, and I can go to Tang Paradise, and that's what I did. And Hangzhou is like, basically it's just Westlake, but first night I came here, I was like, okay, what can I do for the first night? I'm not going to go to Westlake because I only have half a day. Westlake needs a full day. So I'm just going to walk around the downtown area. Yeah, so that's what I did the first day. And then the second day, I just dedicated it to Westlake, which is today. So far, just making these ad hoc type of plans has worked out for me. I don't feel too stressed, I don't feel too tired. I feel like it's enough, and I get to experience a lot of what China has to offer as well. It's not like I'm really feeling I'm missing anything. So it's just that I chose not to go to a whole bunch of places that other tourists might go to. But I didn't feel like I was missing anything. So I feel like this is a good experience for me. So yeah, anyways, really enjoying myself in Hangzhou now. The city is a nice mix of technology and nature, and actually the air is better here compared to some of the air in inner China, I'd say. It's actually pretty nice. Probably because we're close to the ocean. Hangzhou is pretty close to the ocean, the Pacific Ocean, so yeah. So let me go along the water here. Yeah, so overall, I think I made the right choice. Doing some ad hoc planning and choosing these cities. And then I'm going to come back in May, actually, because apparently my parents have something to pick up in China that they don't want to go to China. They want me to go to China because they don't like China for whatever reason. They want me to go to China, so to come back and pick things up. And I'll probably have to go to Shanghai and Guangzhou I'm thinking of as well, because that's a historical city. And also Nanjing and Suzhou maybe as well, because it's close to Shanghai and I haven't been there in a while, so we'll see. Oh, this is a nice place. Yeah. There's a nice temple here. Different vibes that night. I wish there's more places to eat here. It's not really too many options. This is like one of the only shops around here. Yeah, it's a nice view. The temples in the distance are not recreations. I think they're actually like they were actually constructed a long time ago, back in ancient China, whatever dynasty. I don't know, but yeah, they're actually pretty old. So I don't think that the temples that you see in the background, those are actually old temples, I believe. That they retrofitted with lights, I guess. Alright, anyways guys, that's my trip in Hangzhou. This is Shihu Westlake, and had a good time here as well. You know, I do appreciate the milder weather here. Food here is fine. It's a little bit more expensive than Chengdu and Xi'an, but it's fine. But mostly it's the milder weather in the winter here, as well as the nature, right? Actually, it's a mix of the city being quite modern, actually, similar to Shanghai, but also having this nature as well, and a little bit history as well, right? Because Hangzhou does have history too. But it's kind of like a mix of all those things: mix of history, mix of nature, and mix of modernity, right? So it's kind of a mix of everything. I mean, definitely has more history than Shanghai does. Yeah, Shanghai is a fairly modern city, and Hangzhou and Nanjing both have significantly more history than Shanghai. But yeah, it's a nice nice mix. You know, if you guys are looking for a milder weather in the winter, don't come here in the summer though, because it gets too hot and humid. But in the winter, it's milder weather, and a nice mix of technology and nature and history. So, guys, Hangzhou, and this is the main attraction really of Hangzhou. Is what people know it for is the Shihu or Westlake. Yeah, see, that's why you see so many tourists come here. It really is a nice, beautiful lake. Oh man, nice fresh air here compared to other parts of China. Yeah, it is a nice lake. I did not manage to take a cruise this time, but if you come here, it's a good idea to take the cruise if you do want to, you know, get like a quicker view of all the stuff here in the West Lake. You can just take one of those cruises and then kind of quickly see the sights and stuff during the cruise. Yep, that's it. Shihu. Good night. You guys might be asking, why didn't I take the cruise? Well, I guess I chose to use the time to explore some other like areas around Westlake, I guess. So I went to that, I forget what it's called now, but I went to some of the old temples and museums. I had the artifacts and stuff. I went to some of those areas instead of taking the cruise. So, I mean, I have limited time here, so what can I do? That's what I chose instead of taking. I took the cruise before when I was in Hangzhou back in 2011. Right. This is the view from the other side of Westlake, which is really nice too. Yeah, because I already took the cruise back in 2011. It's nice. I do recommend it. If you guys haven't been to Hangzhou, Westlake before, I recommend taking the cruise. But yeah, for me this time, I wanted to explore some of the other stuff that's around the Westlake. I wanted to explore some of the other stuff around here, which included some other temples and museums and stuff with the artifacts and stuff like that. And yeah, that took up my time. So that's what I chose. Yeah, this is pretty peaceful too. Just having this side of Westlake. Really nice. Yeah, this side has less tourists. Alright, you guys can see the view of Hangzhou Westlake from the other side. The more peaceful side, I would say. Yeah, it still looks really nice on this side too. Especially with all the reflections of the lights at night. Right, and then the other side of Hangzhou is the more popular side, where you can see some of the temples. Especially if you take the cruise, you can get up closer to those. Which I did not get closer to those today, but you know, someday if I come back in the future, if I come back to Hangzhou again, then I'll definitely take the cruise and see those temples up closer. But yeah, that's like the more popular side. And then yeah, this side's pretty good too. A lot of lights and reflections. Good. So anyways, yeah, that's Hangzhou. Very nice place. This side. Okay, I'm at the hostel right now and having some beers. I have the Trappist Rockfort. So this is some Czech, I think, cerveza. No, Belgium actually. Belgium. Actually, two Belgiums. I have a Lindemann as well. So I got two Belgian beers right here. Check it out. These are really hard to find, I guess. In Canada, it's pretty hard to find, anyways. So check this out. This one is a peach lambic beer. There's a nice peach flavor to it. Coming from 1822. Well, these are both Belgian beers. I've never had this before. It's unique design. This one is established. Actually, when is this? In Belgium. Doesn't say when it was established. But anyways, Trappist. So it should be pretty good too.
这个罗总，这都美食界的，这是省这个旅条，是杭州这边旅条，省旅。
They have some interesting beers. I mean, they got the standard Budweiser and Qingdao, but yeah, Corona too, I guess. But the ones I'm really interested in is the beer Lao as well, the Laos beer. They got your standard Asahi, but they also have Kirin, which is nice too.
我就饮料，你就可以。那你后面随便拿吧。
Cactus is fine. I like this cinnamon better. Alright. I have a choco pie.
你说那个没有台里人，没有台里人。
Have matcha flavored choco pie. It's really interesting. Matcha flavored choco pie. Chinese choco pie.
饮品吗？
我看他俩站在一起嘛，我也觉得，这样我看出来看到这个一套吃饭。对，我们主要是医疗，医疗嘛，我们最重的是，因为我是
Pretty good hostel. It's like a lot of people are here. This is a huge hostel.
新华社的一个上面。
It even has like a room where people can just study and read books and stuff. And then the actual hostel itself is like huge actually. It has like all these rooms full of different beds. This is actually a pretty big hostel, I think. So yeah, my hostel I'm staying at in Hangzhou. It's pretty good. High tech and a lot of people staying here, which is kind of surprising. I actually didn't expect that many people to be here, but yeah, there is. I mean, maybe it does make sense because it's a big city. So it's a famous, one of the more famous cities in China, and there's a lot of travelers here. So I guess it does make sense. And of course, the hostels is mostly young people here as well. So yeah, there's like a lot of young travelers. I guess just like me, even though I'm probably on the older side now. Yeah, anyways. Yeah, pretty good. They have a nice beer selection. They even have craft beer here as well, which is really cool. Dog's watching too. The dog's like watching.
往前去，现在打靠前面有那个。那我就刷对。
各位游客，请不要相信流动拉客拍照，以防消费陷阱，隐私泄露。各位游客，请不要相信流动拉客拍照，以防消费陷阱，隐私泄露。各位游客，请不要相信流动拉客拍照，以防消费陷阱，隐私泄露。各位游客，请不要相信流动拉客拍照，以防消费陷阱，隐私泄露。各位游客，请不要相信流动拉客拍照，以防消费陷阱，隐私泄露。
那路边这边景色不是更好吗？
这条路是捷径。对吧？